Okay, here we are on Winter's Gate, and it's Game 2. Game 2, sorry, I don't know what I was doing then. It's Game 2 between Icredd and BakedBeanst, and they are both playing as Zerg. So Icredd in the top left looks like it's going to be a standard opener. You build that Overlord, oh no, it isn't. Where's this guy going? Is this just gonna be a worker scout, or is Icredd up to something? This is something. I don't know what yet. I'd love to see a proxy hatch. That would please me a great deal. It is pull first again from BakedBeanst, and I made my opinions on that very clear in the last game. Pull gas, no hatch. It is a proxy hatch. And he shouldn't be able to do this because your hatchery should be there, BakedBeanst. Your hatch should be there. So the worker's going to come down and start nibbling on this. But if you want to kill this with workers, you need to pull a lot of them. And, you've got to pull first. The hurt to your economy would just be phenomenal. Especially, it would also mean that you're not going to be able to mine gas, because if you're trying to kill this and mine gas, you've got no hope. Anyway, it's 6lings in production. The 6lings are going to be able to shut this down pretty sharpish. Icredd's pull hasn't finished. He is going to send the 2 workers across the map. I don't know. The timing of that looks about right. Maybe these workers are actually a little bit late. They are. So the purpose of the 2 workers, you send those across the map when the hatchery is about half done, so that when the hatchery finishes up, you can drop 2 spine crawlers. But these earlylings are going to cancel this, so this gets pretty hard shut down, and the hatch gets planted. But despite that, all Icredd's hatchery is slightly ahead. He does get a couple of spine crawlers out at home, defensive spines, because he's aware that his opponent, of course, has got more lings than him. So again, I prefer Icredd's position. The pull first, never like it. This queen needs to chase these overlords away. A little bit of creep spread, and the queen will move fast enough to actually kill these. So I'd like to see that happening. I'd like to see the lings busy, out on the map looking for stuff, even if it's just parking a ling here, just so that you know when your opponent moves out. That type of stuff can be ever so useful. I like the double expand from BakedBeanst. If there's a way to get back in this, that is it. But what I don't like is allowing these 3 overlords to just stand there and watch it. So Icredd has all the information he needs, whereas BakedBeanst has very little information about the composition and about the layout. He doesn't know, in fact, whether Icredd has Expo here or not. So BakedBeanst, idle larvae, the whole point of the 3 hatcheries is that you've got so many larvae that you can then flood lings, you can flood roaches, you can do whatever you like, you can drone up really hard. What you should definitely not be doing is having idle larvae just sitting doing nothing. You've got the money to build stuff with them, turn them into something, turn them into lings, turn them into drones. So here we are with a worker lead for Icredd, an army lead for BakedBeanst at present. But, worker leads will quickly turn into army leads. So BakedBeanst needs to scout. He needs to know what's going on. He needs to understand the position he's in. That is so critical in mirror matchups. Zerg v Zerg, Protoss v Protoss, Terran v Terran. You've got to know where you're at compared to your opponent. You have to know whether, if you A-click across the map right now, can you finish the game? Or in fact, my opponent's ahead of me. I need to either make a pretty radical move here to get back into the game, or I need to just defend, turtle up, and stand strong until I've got whatever tech I'm going for established. So as it stands, the double expo again here from BakedBeanst. I don't mind it, but I'm still seeing idle larvae. But yeah, Icredd, this not so sure we need to be building 3 hatcheries at once. You're nowhere near max supply, so there's arguably better things you could be spending your money on. This spire has been finished for a long time, and these mutas will achieve nothing parked at home. Right, here comes a substantial army, and the lack of scouting is really painful here. Had those mutas been doing what mutas should be doing, dancing around inside your opponent's base, getting worker kills for free, getting information for free, he would know exactly what was coming, and there would be spine crawlers, there would be a big defensive stance here, there'd be ravagers, there'd be whatever you liked. But as it is, this is just turned up out of the blue and killed the base. Hydra's, oh no, Hydra's on a move commander, just going to die for free. That's pretty ugly. And now actually there's nothing here that shoots up apart from the corrosive balls from the ravagers. You need to dodge those. Come on. Actually, I think that did a fair amount to hurt the Icred's own units as well. So there are now enough Hydras. There's no Hydra speed, but there's enough Hydras to fight the mutas. And are there more mutas in production? There aren't. All those hatcheries, all that larva, and the production has been found wanting. How have you possibly got minerals in the bank when you've got like 5 hatcheries to build from? Yeah, so some good ideas, but execution-wise, just a little sloppy. You need to spend those larvae. You've got to be spending them. That's the whole thing with Surge. You can very quickly spend money. You've got to have larvae to do it, and having those extra hatcheries is great. It gives you that ability, but you've got to be holding down the button. Look, here we are again with idle larvae. There's money in the bank. So you've got to get really into that habit of having the hatcheries hotkeyed, knowing what the queen inject cycle is. It's all well and good to have it in a number of seconds, but you just sort of get a feel for the rhythm of it, to be honest, when you practice a bit of StarCraft. It's just your inject cycle's got to be on the money, and every sort of 20 seconds the larvae are coming out, you build another round of whatever. Anyway, there's no way back from here, obviously, and it is Icredd that is going to win 2-0. GG.